Hello, F1 enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the world of team leadership, where renowned F1 journalist Ted Kravitz has made some intriguing statements. In a recent discussion, Kravitz praised Toto Wolff, declaring him still the best leader in F1, and notably left out Horner from the best leader conversation. Join us as we unpack Kravitz's remarks, analyze the dynamics of team leadership, and explore the implications for the upcoming F1 season. Let's get started. Sky Sports F1 pundit Ted Kravitz has discarded Red Bull team principal Horner in a discussion about the best leader on the Formula One grid. Kravitz instead chose Toto Wolff, despite the Mercedes team's recent underperformance. For years, Toto Wolff was the man in the F1 paddock. Since the 2022 season, everything has changed. While Red Bull Racing introduced a lightning-fast car after the then sweeping rulebook change, Mercedes, led by team boss Wolff, was completely wrong. At the beginning of last season, Wolff and consorts had the chance to go Red Bull's way in terms of concept, but the German team decided otherwise. A strange decision, Sky Sports' Ted Kravitz believes. Wolff is still the best team boss in Formula One. In leadership, in direction, in inspiring the team, which I still think he is the best leader, watching him from the outside, said the pit reporter in a podcast by the British broadcaster. People at Mercedes would jump off a cliff for Toto Wolff, wouldn't they? They would go into battle with him. He just instills that leadership. Kravitz suspects this is largely due to the many successes Mercedes has celebrated with Wolff at the helm. Moreover, the analyst sees that Wolff can keep his drivers happy like no other and sponsors would run away with the Austrian. The only thing I've marked him down on was his keenness to throw the concept away so publicly after qualifying in Bahrain. Red Bull have now won back-to-back World Championship doubles, while star driver Max Verstappen has been able to break multiple records on his way to 3 consecutive drivers' titles. Mercedes, on the other hand, have only managed one race victory in the past 2 seasons, and their 7-time world champion driver Lewis Hamilton has been unable to claim a race win since the 2021 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Sky F1 presenters Ted Kravitz and David Croft agree that Toto Wolff's leadership was not up to its usual standard in the F1 2023 season, scrutinizing the Mercedes team principal's reaction to the W14 car. Having been restricted to just one win in the first year of F1's ground effect rules in 2022, Mercedes began 2023 with ambitions of returning to title contention. Instead, the Brackley-based outfit suffered their first winless campaign since 2011 after the W14 arguably proved to be worse than its predecessor. A poor performance in the first qualifying session in Bahrain saw Wolff publicly abandon the team's car concept, with a revised design introduced in Monaco at the end of May. Technical director Mike Elliott also stepped back from his role before leaving Mercedes in October, with James Allison charged with leading the team's recovery over the rest of 2023 and into 2024. Appearing on the Sky F1 podcast, Kravitz admitted to being taken surprised by Wolff's reaction to Mercedes' post-qualifying reaction in Bahrain, and claimed Wolff, as team principal, must take responsibility for the team's worst season in more than a decade. He said, "We don't really know why he did sign off on the sister of the bad car, which is how Lewis Hamilton described it. W14 was the sister of W13 and they were both not great cars. Toto must have signed it off. As a leader, he could have said, 'I disagree, let's go with the Red Bull concept.' But whatever reason they didn't. He signed it off and then, after that very first qualifying session, I remember the interview vividly, coming out so strongly and it took me aback when he said it. He said this car is weak. It's bad. This was after qualifying, the first race. I know he was right, but to immediately throw the whole concept in the trash can then was the only reason. I'm slightly thinking that it wasn't quite the calm, assured Toto leadership that we've seen." Croft believes Wolff has become more reactive in his decision-making since Mercedes' fall from grace, adding, "I don't think we saw the calm, assured Toto leadership at all times last year. And I think, if you're talking leadership, was his leadership proactive or reactive? Was he reacting more to situations than being proactive, guiding the destiny of his own team? And the decision not to get rid of the sister car, long before it came onto the track, meant that at the early stages a lot of it was very reactive. That little technical shuffle around was reactive. And one of the strengths of Mercedes since 2014 has been they're not following a trend, they're plowing their own furrow for others to follow. And that is not the case at the moment, it seems from the outside. Kravitz went on to hint that Elliot's gradual retreat from view was carefully orchestrated to shield the former from blame in light of Mercedes' poor start to the season. And he remains convinced that Wolff remains a force to be reckoned with following his skirmish with F1's governing body, the FIA, last month. He said, "Wolff saw that he made Elliot and Allison agree between themselves. As far as the public image was concerned, it was all Mike Elliott's idea to step back as technical director, then go to chief technical officer and then go to pastures new. With that all resolved, James Allison really will step up. You'd expect him to step up. I think Toto has probably learned a lot from these 2 unsuccessful seasons, 1 win in 2 seasons. He's got his failings, Toto Wolff, and maybe not being reactive is one of them. But you've got to say that he's got his strengths, and the recent issues with the FIA has shown that Toto's not afraid to fight for himself, for his family and for his team." Despite this, Kravitz believes that Wolff still has credit in the bank over Horner, having claimed 8 consecutive constructors' titles between 2014 to 2021. "In leadership, in direction, in inspiring the team, I still think he is the best leader watching him from the outside," Kravitz revealed on the Sky Sports F1 podcast. People at Mercedes, would jump off a cliff with Toto Wolff, wouldn't they? They would go into battle with him. He just instills that leadership, and maybe that's hung over from the 7 drivers and 8 World Constructors' Championships of the past, but I still have him as leadership because he keeps the drivers happy. He keeps some amazing sponsors on that team happy. In conclusion, the debate on leadership in Formula One continues to captivate fans and pundits alike. Toto Wolff's praised leadership and Christian Horner's notable omission by Ted Kravitz have sparked a conversation about what defines the best leader in F1. If you enjoyed this deep dive into team dynamics, leadership, and the ongoing narrative in Formula One, don't forget to subscribe for more exclusive updates. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, see you on the next video.